Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, let's take a look again at the euro currency. Well, first guys, probably it makes sense if you will read our weekly research, because currently the most important situation is developing on the weekly chart of the euro currency. And to better understand what is going on really on the lower time frame charts, since this is the daily video research on intraday charts, you should understand what is going on the high time frames chart, especially on the weekly. Well, shortly speaking, in the recent weeks, euro currency shows more and more bullish signs, and I just tell you some of them. First of all, the market has failed to show the meaningful retracement to the 135 area based on the weekly butterfly pattern. Market has erased the bearish grabber that has been formed on the previous week on the weekly time frame chart. Market stands above as monthly pivot of April, as monthly pivot of May. This, by the way, by this action yesterday, market has tested the monthly pivot point. Market stands above the weekly pivot point. So currently it seems that market has some upside potential. Second moment, today I also have taken a look across the board, and particularly I was interested with Great British Pound, Swiss franc and the New Zealand dollar, because if you will take a look at the daily chart of the pound, you will find the bullish stop grabber. If you will take a look at the daily time frame chart of the Swiss franc, you will see the bearish butterfly that is developing there. I'm speaking about the USD Swiss franc currency pair, so it means that bearish butterfly means the appreciation of the Swiss franc. Also, you will find the bullish bearish stop grabber there. So here on the euro currency we do not have the bullish pattern, but on the Swiss franc you will see that is also the stop grabber. On the weekly New Zealand dollar you will get the bullish stop grabber pattern as well. So many major currencies across the boards points on some possible weakness in the United States dollar in the nearest future. And if you will take a look precisely at the euro currency itself, you will see that despite the really excellent non-farm payrolls data that we have got yesterday, market wasn't able to hold below these lows and at the bottom of the trading range. Right in the end of the trading session, market has erased all the positive return, positive effect for United States dollar, has erased it and returned right back up in this consolidation. This points that probably on the nearest week we should meet some upward potential on the euro currency. Also guys, this rebound to the upside has happened right from the weekly pivot point. So market by this retracement has hit the weekly pivot point of the previous week and has returned right back up. So that confirms some bullishness on the euro currency in the short-term perspective. As the potential target of this possible action, we have the 127 extension of this butterfly that stands at 140 area. That is also will be the monthly pivot resistance one, and that is also inner A, B, C bottom D pattern. So 140 area is the next short-term target on the daily time frame chart. It means for us that if you still keep the long position that we have got from this low, and that position should be protected by the break-even stop loss order that we have discussed on the previous trading sessions, you could keep it, because this is really a nice opportunity to get the significant return on this trade. If you do not have the long position, or you would like to increase your position, well, in this case we should keep an eye, keep an eye on the intraday charts to see where we could take more long position. On the 4-hour time frame chart, in fact, guys, I did not see any really interesting. Only the new pivot points for the coming week. You could find, you can see it. Maybe you could find here a smaller butterfly. Here probably could be the left wing of the butterfly. That could be the starting point of the right wing. But if you will measure the target of this potential butterfly to the upside, you will see that it stands approximately the same areas, 140. This 1618 extension, 127 probably will be somewhere around this previous top. Well, that's only pattern that could be fine here, but I don't think that's really very significant for us. Most important for us right now is the hourly time frame chart, because we are mostly interested in the most recent swing up as the opportunity for taking the position. Because if you take a look at the recent swing on the 4-hour time frame chart, market already has shown the 618 retracement, and this swing for us is almost useless to understand where we could take the long position. That's why we need to use the most recent swing. That's one. Because by this swing, market has not created the new high. That's why it should be separate fib levels from this one. So for those of you who are familiar with the Judd Napoli framework, understand what I'm speaking about. Well, that is our fib levels that could be used for taking the long positions: 138.54 and 138.38 area. I think that more suitable for us this area because it accompanied by the weekly pivot point that stands 138.42. So 138.40 area is an area that we should keep an eye on the next week, and for ability to take the long position here. Trend holds bullish on the hourly time frame chart. If market will break through this area and move to the downside, do not take any long position, because following the market mechanics, market should not show any significant retracement here. Take a look at the daily time frame chart. The 50% retracement, almost the 618 retracement, already has happened. That is the starting move to the upside. Okay, and market should not show any too deep retracement right now. Besides, taking at the smaller A, B, C top pattern, market has not quite reached even the 618 target that stands right at the weekly pivot resistance one. That's why there is no reasons to show very significant retracement. The retracement right to the weekly pivot point looks normal, but moving below and erasing the 618 support, moving again below these lows, that will be not bullish sign for euro currency. Other words, if market is really bullish and has intention to continue move higher, that should not happen. If this will happen, in this case we probably will take a pause again for a while and to understand what is really going on and what we have missed in our analysis. Because currently it looks so that market really should continue move higher, and all that we could accept as the normal retracement is that only retracement to the 138.4 area, testing the weekly pivot point and turning to the upside. That's what we are ready to get to accept, but any other deeper retracement, well, will be not very desirable for us. So let's see what will happen. Euro currency currently looks like is turning to the active motion, and I hope that euro currency will generate more and more setups and patterns for trading in the nearest future.